We are living in a world where everything is instantaneous and automatic. From the passwords that get filled on our phones, to the way that our earbuds connect wirelessly to our phones, everything that we have in the modern world is not grounded. Everything is ungrounded, you know? Like it's wild to me how I've been going around in life recently looking at the ways that I used to ground myself as a kid and that I would do naturally as someone with ADHD from the time that I was very young up until the time that I just simply don't have time to ground myself anymore. And it becomes even more apparent how important that is to be able to ground yourself and to be able to say, this is my time, this is my brain space and my mental clarity that we're talking about here. And I have to be the one to preserve it, otherwise, it will be overwhelmed. It will be absolutely destroyed if it's not. And it's like, it's crazy to me how easy it is to get sucked into all of this stuff. And that's the whole idea, is to get sucked in and to get stuck in the cycle. I've been looking at a lot of, consumerism trends and patterns recently, and it is really hard for me. I've also been looking at how much of that influences my life and our lives in ways that are negative and passive. We don't even understand that we're doing it. We need to have some mental wits about us. This also ties into apologetics. As Christians, we are commanded to remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. First off. Secondly, we're supposed to have wits, to be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. And you have to be pretty wise to stay innocent. Think about it. So we are dealing with a world that is trying to rob us of our Sabbath day, of our rest, of our mental clarity, and our grounding inside of God and inside of the world around us that He has created. When He created us in the Garden of Eden, He created us without shoes or clothes. Everything was soft. It was nature. The Bible begins in a garden and it ends in the city. So there is technological development and advancement. We are called to spread and multiply and have dominion over the earth, to subdue it and take care of it. So it is our calling to do hard work, to do amazing work, to do everything as unto God. We are called to work for God. Everything we do, every horrible boss that you have to be under, every crushing deadline, everything in your life that's stressing you out, you are supposed to do it as though you were doing it for God Himself. And then, on your Sabbath day, you remember that Sabbath and you keep it holy, because that is your time to ground yourself and connect back into who God is, who He has made you to be, who He is calling you to be, and what He wants you to do in the coming week. He gives us an example. The Sabbath was given to us for man. It's not for God, it's for man. And He gave us the example of resting on the seventh day. So we know we have a 6-to-1 ratio, 7 days a week, and we have a 6-to-1 ratio of our output versus our rest need. Now, of course, that doesn't include that we need 8 hours of sleep at night. You should also have a good sleep hygiene. I love a good morning routine. There's nothing like it. Making that cup of coffee and everything you need to do in the morning to get ready for the day. Those are the places where you find your daily connection and your daily breath of life. Also, your daily bread, reading your Bible, having Bible study time, making sure that you're staying grounded. We actually even need literal grounding of our bodies outside, like walk around barefoot in the grass for a little while. There's a positive reaction to grounding ourselves. It lowers the inflammation in our bodies. And everything we do, this is why NRF2 is so important for those of you who know that I partner with LifeVantage, because I partner with them. Inflammation is everything inside of our bodies. We see this reflected everywhere, from our brains, our minds, our lymphatic systems, like everything in our bodies is inflamed by the lives that we live on a day-to-day basis and the things we have to do. We're insulated by our shoes, by our clothes and everything, by the concrete from the world around us, None of us are working in nature hardly anymore. I know I'm certainly not. And when you look at the studies behind green exercise, exercise in general, what happens to your body physiologically when you're out in nature, these are the reasons that it's so important to remember that Sabbath day, keep it holy, and I am begging you to, in all of these things that you do, ground yourself, because it is the grounding that creates the peace for us. God gives us peace, but we can't have that peace if we're not seeking the time with Him and the grounding inside of Him. In all of this, we're grounding our minds, we're grounding our bodies, and we're grounding our souls. It's a triune relationship, just like the triune God that we serve. And that is why these things are so important. When we ground ourselves, and I'm talking literally, like spend some time away from your screens. Spend some time in rooms where you don't have a lot of screens, if that's a place that you have. Go out in nature. There aren't any screens there. We take screens with us into nature, but we don't have to. Literally, don't use wireless earbuds for a while. Like, I have studio monitors right here with a wired connection. That's, depending on who you ask, better for your brain anyways. Like, spend some time grounding yourself by disconnecting from all the wireless, instantaneous things in our lives. Everything's made to be consumable now. I was watching a video from our cars that you have to pay subscriptions for in order to get access to your software to do maintenance. That's wild. I didn't even know that. Like Teslas and electric vehicles these days. All the way to the refrigerators that we have. He was like, we don't have any more of those avocado green appliances in our houses. They're tanks and they last forever. Everything is just disposable. So, on my days, when it's my Sabbath day, my rest day, it is a battle for me to look at the things I have to do and to say, nope, today is my time to do nothing and to focus on God. And that's when I have the time to think about these things and to ponder and contemplate and absorb myself into the things that really are truly important in life. So spend some time, ground yourself, get out your Bible, go out into nature for half an hour, 1 whole hour, as much as you can. Surround yourself with good Christian company. These are the things that are truly going to benefit you, because we're all living in high pace, high stakes environments now. And it is our command. God commands us to give ourselves a break because He knows we need it, because that's how He designed us. And it is against His commands if we don't. And that becomes ever more apparent to me the more my responsibilities stack up and the more that I have to do. So I just wanted to make this simple reminder for you guys so that you can have that same mental peace inside of yourselves when you're looking at those tasks and when you're feeling overwhelmed, to go take a break, have a dopamine detox, take an Epsom salts bath, remember to take your NRF2, all the things that you need to do in your life in order to actually have a better working system and body and a better working mind and spirit. Everything works in according to how God has set it to be, because He's the one who designed and created us. And these are the ways that we fight back against the sin and brokenness of this world. So don't let it consume you. Don't let it distract you, because that is Satan's goal, to distract you, to consume you inside of consumerism and distractions and all the things that are put between us so that we are looking to the left and looking to the right, so that we are distracted away from the straight and narrow path, because distraction is his first and his greatest tool. And after that, there's other things. But if he can distract you away from the truth, then you'll believe anything. And you'll fall for anything, and you'll spend your time on anything, and you'll spend your money on anything. And the talents that you have been given will waste away because you're not using them for God. So, all these things, nice and simple. I'm going to leave you with that. Turn your phone off, click the little power button on the side, put it face down somewhere, and just look around you for a little bit, because I know you need it. Spend 20 seconds. My optometrist told me this, okay? Every 20 minutes, spend 20 seconds looking 20 feet into the distance. That's a basic rule. Your watch already reminds you to get up and move every single hour. I'm not even wearing a smartwatch today. I don't on my days off because I don't need that distraction. But get up, look around, stretch, move your body, do everything you have to do to get yourself grounded and just focused back into presence of God. It's the most important thing. Hopefully you guys can't hear my dog. She wants out of the room that she's in right beneath me and decided to start barking the second I recorded this video. Anytime I record these videos, there's an interruption that happens, and you know that's because Satan doesn't want this stuff online where you're going to see it, because this is your daily reminder from God to you, and he's just using me because he's put this passion inside of me. So here's a benefit of me using technology, to reach you. We use these things. I'm wise. I'm using my time wisely. I'm not consuming on screens. I'm using the screen and this phone to record this video for you. And I want you to watch it through the median of the screen and then turn that sucker off and go focus on your time. Go focus on your talents and use the treasures that you are building, not to go buy more stuff for video games and consumerism, but to reinvest it into your life. Literally, start investing, start saving. Money is simple. I've been learning a lot about it, and it's something I want to talk about more in the future. All right, so that's a lot, but hopefully this is simple and easy for you guys and will be something that will actually benefit you in the long run. That's it for me today. Peace out. I'll see you later.